Three editions of the World Test Championship are over, and the fourth one is going to begin on June 17th with a test between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. So without any further ado, let's take a look at the full fixtures of this World Test Championship cycle of 2025 that's going to last until 2027. When are India going to play at home? Or for that matter, where is the Ashes going to be held? Well, let's take a look here. Well, for India, they are going to play a total of 9 matches at home. Now, this is a tentative number. It can change accordingly depending upon the mutual discussion that two cricketing boards have here. But as of now, India are going to face West Indies, South Africa and Australia at home, and their overseas series are against England, Sri Lanka and New Zealand. So at home, where can India face some kind of a stiff competition? Well, against Australia, but against West Indies and South Africa, India would still fancy their chances. And despite what happened against New Zealand last year, India would still back themselves to get the job done against West Indies and South Africa here. But at overseas conditions, well, England are always tough to beat at home. So is the case with Sri Lanka, and against New Zealand, India have failed to win a series in the New Zealand conditions since 2009. Now, can they, script a turnaround this time around? Well, we'll wait and see. Moving on, Australia, the previous World Test champions here, the winners of the second edition, they are going to play a total of 22 matches, 3 home series against England, New Zealand and Bangladesh. So the Ashes is going to take place down under, and it's going to take place later in 2025. The away series are West Indies, South Africa and India. One of the things with Australia is that they have a lot to ponder over as far as their top 7 is concerned, and their first series in this WTC cycle is against West Indies, wherein batting sometimes can get a little tricky, and even we all know what West Indies bowlers are really capable of. So in case of Australia, the point is to get their top 7 really right. So it's not the point with just West Indies series, but it's also being prepared for the Ashes that's going to take place later this year. For Bangladesh, a total of 12 matches, Pakistan, West Indies and England at home, and overseas Sri Lanka, South Africa and Australia. For Bangladesh, once again, it's going to be about making a statement. In the previous WTC cycle, they defeated Pakistan in Pakistan, but then what they are clearly lacking is some kind of consistency that they need in their performances. And if they can win most of their matches, then for sure they would be in contention for that spot in the WTC final. Moving on to England, a total of 21 matches. England have actually maintained their consistency of featuring in more than 20 matches as far as the WTC cycles are concerned. India, New Zealand and Pakistan at home, and overseas the Ashes, South Africa and Bangladesh. So for England, the only thing that they are lacking, and for that matter that's the most important thing, they have failed to defeat India and Australia here, and that has been one of the major reasons why they haven't really played a World Test Championship final till now. They've had some kind of consistency against the lesser ranked teams, but this time around they have a chance to beat both India and Australia and also seal a place in a World Test Championship final. Moving on to New Zealand, a total of 16 matches. This is actually the most number of matches that New Zealand will play in this WTC cycle in comparison to the previous couple of ones. West Indies, India, Sri Lanka at home, and overseas England, Australia and Pakistan. For New Zealand, once again, it will basically be about replicating the performance that they had in the inaugural World Test Championship cycle. For Pakistan, 13 matches, South Africa, Sri Lanka, New Zealand at home, and overseas Bangladesh, West Indies and England. Pakistan cricket is currently going through a massive crisis. They did have some kind of a resurgence at home when they won the home series against England, when they had all those rank turners, but then their overseas performances have really been forgettable. So for Pakistan, it's going to be about focusing on total cricket. Moving on to South Africa, the reigning World Test champions, 14 matches, Australia, Bangladesh, England at home, and overseas Pakistan, India and Sri Lanka. So their massive challenge that lies is in subcontinent. Pakistan, India and Sri Lanka, and if they can conquer the 3 of these nations, well then South Africa will once again stand a chance to seal a place in their second consecutive World Test Championship final. So that's the massive challenge that the reigning champions will have. Last couple of teams, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, India and South Africa at home, and overseas West Indies, Pakistan and New Zealand. Well, Sri Lanka have also had some resurgence under the coaching of Sanat Jayasuriya, but what they are also lacking is consistency and those wins in overseas conditions. Even against Australia earlier this year, it was expected that the likes of Prabhat Jayasuriya would be able to counter Steve Smith and company, but that wasn't really the case. So all they need is some kind of consistency, and more so something from their senior players, knowing that the likes of Dimuth Karunaratne, Angelo Matthews are not really going to be there this time around. And last but not the least, West Indies is playing a total of 14 matches, Australia, Sri Lanka, Pakistan at home, and India, New Zealand and Bangladesh overseas. So for West Indies, the only point here is that they need to have some kind of consistency, and that's once again the case with Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Bangladesh and all the other nations who haven't really been able to reach the WTC final. West Indies do have a good bowling attack, but what they clearly lack is a settled batting unit, and if they can find it this time around, well, things can be completely different.